I am so glad you're here. I am Paul Bartholomew. This is I Want to Hold Your Band. Today's guest is the comedic behemoth. Is that right? Behemoth? That is Droege. I feel like that whole Kevin Bacon 6 Degrees of Separation thing should be reset with Droege. I feel like all connections comedically and otherwise go through Drew. We talk about Sinead O'Connor, Pet Shop Boys, the musical Big River, Sylvester, Jackie Beat, and a bunch more. As always, links to the songs are in the episode description. So scroll down, click on them, vibe along with us, and then jump right back into the episode and you can hear what we're listening to. And we will do that until I have a $5,000 a week budget for musical clearance. So without further ado, enjoy the delightful Droege. The first album, song, or artist that you remember coming into your life?
I would say the first album that I clearly remember, because I remember going with my dad to probably Radio Shack to buy it, was the Donna Summer record. Is it On the Radio or whichever album it was where she's like looking over the city?
Right.
I remember going and buying that and feeling so cool and feeling so adult. Like, we got the new Donna Summer.
Did Radio Shack sell records and CDs?
I think they did. Yeah.
I think I totally
Or
forgot
maybe
about
not. Maybe I'm conflating
No.
that with like Curtis Mathis. Maybe we went there.
Curtis Mathis. Where did you grow up?
Well, at this point, this would have been Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, but mainly North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Until you were what age?
So I lived in North Carolina until like through college.
Oh, really?
We moved around a lot within the Carolinas, so I had to think about it. But I was born in South Carolina, but we didn't move too far away. But yeah, we would always.
It's highly possible that Radio Shack. I mean, Radio Shack was a big.
Yeah, because I can't remember where else we would, because it would have been before like Trax or any of those places that were like exclusively CD stores.
Yeah.
This would have been a record store somewhere, maybe like Kmart or Roses. Did you have Roses?
Roses?
That was like a knockoff Kmart. But they would have, yeah. But I remember that moment feeling so like, this is like a really cool adult thing to do.
How old were you?
I was probably 6, 7
years old. And did you know Donna Summer? Did you know those songs?
We had listened to him before, and it was like one of those things that, like, yeah, because then I love Bad Girls, and She Works Hard for the Money. I don't think I put that on my list, but that was something that we, like, we would agree on a lot with music. My dad, I remember my mom was a big Beatles fan, and my dad hated the Beatles.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
was he a Stones person? I feel like if you don't like the Beatles,
maybe, but he was more Motown. Like, he was more into that kind of music. He wasn't really into a lot of rock and roll. And so I think when disco was coming along, that was sort of like everybody loved disco, and we loved the Grease soundtrack, the film Grease, and that's actually, even though it's a 50s musical, it's such a disco album. I mean, the song Grease is a disco song.
It totally is.
It's so like a movie that's about the 50s, but it's so 70s, like that movie.
I never thought of it that way until you just said that.
That song.
Totally.
Like, yeah, like that's disco. And so I feel like that's one of those songs that, like it was so popular in 1978, whenever the movie came out, I think 78, because it was a song that would have been on the radio in 78, not in 1959 or whenever Grease is supposed to take place.
That's so interesting. So your mom loved the Beatles, but your dad didn't. He liked like Motown.
And we all loved Grease. And I think Donna Summer was like we all loved Blondie. That was another one that we really were into.
I feel like your family is very cool.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, like
for the family to like Blondie, and you're talking Blondie like E to the Beat, maybe. Are you talking?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I've been like early Blondie.
Yeah,
I've been that same like early '80s.
Yeah.
I remember Blondie was on a lot. My mom also really loved Peter, Paul, and Mary, and that's the most uncool thing ever. But another thing that happened was we were in a cassette club. Remember like those like Columbia House and totally. BMG, whatever. Yeah. And I remember one time my mom ordered a bunch of cassettes, and she ordered Peter, Paul, and Mary, and they sent her the wrong cassette. It was printed Peter, Paul, and Mary, but it was actually Toni Basil, Hey Mickey.
Oh my God.
And my mom was like, what is this horrible music? I expected Leaving on a Jet Plane. And of course, I stole it and like loved it. I had a babysitter that loved it, and he would play it a lot when he would like come over and babysit.
What was his name?
Like, this is a great question. What was his name?
Like a high school kid or like?
Yeah, it was a high school kid. And he just like loved that song. And I was like, oh, this is what the cool kids listen to. You know?
Oh God, that's so
But it was like my intro to punk, probably. It was that.
Did you have a place where in the living room, like a record player? Did you have a basement?
Yeah, we had a basement. In our house in Virginia, we had this, you walk in on the main level, and the master bedroom was there. My little brother's room was there, kitchen, den, everything. But then underground, they had a giant like bar and a room. And kindergarten to second grade, I lived downstairs by myself. It was the coolest thing ever. I was like, they knew then. I was like, oh, let this little weirdo like be by himself, because I loved it.
Wait, you lived kindergarten to second grade?
Yes.
They put your bed down there?
It was my bed. My bedroom was downstairs and they were, and they were upstairs. It was just a matter of like, the master bedroom was upstairs, one kid's bedroom, and so it was probably a small room. In my memory, it was this giant bedroom, but you're a kid, you don't remember size of anything. They probably were like, they didn't want to live down there, and then put both kids upstairs. That probably would have been. And so there was this den with the bar and a big TV and like a record player, and I would just like watch movies and listen to music, and that's was like
incredible. And that's where they kept all their records.
Yeah.
And did they like those artists that you said, but did they have a big collection?
We didn't have a big collection of records, but we did have a few. I remember those. Billy Joel, I'm sure. They had all the...
Yeah.
It was also a time when everybody kind of listened to a lot of the same stuff.
Right.
There was we all kind of were like, oh yeah, that's on the radio. And so got to go get the new record of the week.
I'm picturing, I feel like, did your bar have, my wife Alyssa, they have a bar in the basement. She's from Michigan. And it has that, it's like a padding.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Did it have
totally?
It was like a freestanding bar almost.
Yes.
Like. You had a sibling, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Older, younger?
Younger brother. Yeah.
And did any music influence from him?
Oh yeah.
How much younger?
2.5 years. He was a big music person. He was a drummer. He was like drummer through like high school bands. It was rock, whatever. And he loved the grunge, the 90s, the stuff that now I can listen to and appreciate, but then I hated. Like I hated Nirvana. I hated Green Day. I hated all that growing up because it was like, why is everyone so angry? I loved pop. I loved loud, trashier, more fun music than that weepy stuff.
Yeah.
But Garrett loved Rage Against the Machine.
Did he still play drums?
He still does.
That's impressive. What was his band? Was he in a band?
They were called Snot Rocket. He's gonna be so mad at me if this makes it on there.
Amazing.
Yeah, that he hears this. Yeah. But
was it like grunge?
Yeah, they wanted to be Green Day, basically. They were very much in that way. And he had like manic panic, pink hair, and I was like the goody two shoes, like good student.
Oh, were you?
Oh yeah.
Before we talk about some of your artists, the one other question I have is, do you remember the first piece of music that you bought for yourself?
That was probably Michael Jackson's Thriller. Oh, for sure.
Went to the local record.
I remember, but this would have been later. I definitely bought something before that. I remember the coolest gift I got from my friends when I was 10 was I got Run DMC, Raisin Hell, and the Beastie Boys' License to Ill. Was that the same?
To Ill, that
1987.
Totally.
I got both of those tapes for my birthday, and I was like, I'm good on music for the rest of my life. And those are still like two of the best albums ever.
Those two together, I think I bought those together as well. Like
yeah,
those almost came together.
Yeah, I know.
Did they come out at the same time?
They must have. Yeah, I remember it was so. That I clearly remember, but I would have been 10, so I would have bought something before that,
right,
for sure.
All right.
Because I love to spend my money on music. I was always do it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
At what point? This is always when people experience physical media at first. At some point, they either collect it or they say bye-bye. And they like, did you get rid of?
I've kept a lot of my cassette tapes. I've
kept
you really? Cassettes and CDs. A lot of them. Not a lot, but I mean, not all of them, but I decorate with them. I have a wall in my den that's just cassette tapes of like Pet Shop Boys and Madonna and Phil Collins, like whatever, like cassettes that I have. And then a couple CDs of like just weird, obscure albums that I like. So.
Do you know, like CDs obviously clearly sound so much better. There's just something about cassettes that's so gratifying.
Yes.
Like just opening and it would open up,
and the smell of them, and like
smell of the
like
what is that
kind
smell?
of like grape candy almost. There's some sort of weird smell.
Oh my God, that is exactly what it is. It's like grape candy. It had a grape hue or something to it. I always wondered what it was. I'm like, is it the liner notes? Is it the case? Is it the tape itself? I always like when they start and the tapes, and then they started going to the clear one. They were clear.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yes.
Oh yeah. And you could make your own playlist, and you would use a clear tape.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I'm the coolest person.
Oh yeah. And then you're like, this is going to be burned in time, so I'm going to click out the top tabs so no one can ever record over it.
No
one can ever record over it. Mixtape.
The VHS tapes too. With the videos.
Yeah. Could you do it with I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
You could clip them off and then they can't be.
You can't be recorded over them if you clip them off. Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, so now we're gonna move on. It's like I said, an embarrassment of riches. I don't know. I tried to put an order, and we're gonna go, and we may just jump around.
Great.
But let's start with your favorite artist, had one of your favorite albums, one of your favorite sadness songs, and that's Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, the best.
So tell me about how you came to
that's when I was talking about I don't love all that. I didn't love all that sad wallow in your feelings kind of music. That music is the saddest, most wallow in your feelings music, and it's the greatest. Like whenever I want like a deep cry, I'll put on a Sinead O'Connor song. Whenever I want to bop around the room, there's so much awesome high energy Sinead O'Connor music as well that people don't know about.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like In Person Who Clothes and Mandinka, and there are all kinds of songs of hers that are just like that are angry and political, but she was right the whole time, and I think that's something that like her voice is truly one of the greatest voices I've ever heard in my life. I feel like every female vocalist in the 90s tried to emulate her voice. I think she could have set the tone. And then I remember watching Saturday Night Live when she ripped up the picture of the Pope and it being like, oh my God. And I remember like they would make, Jan Hooks would play her and like, they're making fun of her being bald. And I was obsessed. I was like the music. And then as a kid, I loved the freak show. I was like, this bald woman. And then I was like, I actually love her. And I think it's like that teenager sort of grappling with like, why am I attracted to this person that I'm sort of like laughing at? And then I'm like, oh, I actually love this person. And I love what they stand for. And then come to find out everything that she said about the Catholic Church was right. And she got banned. It ruined her career. She had, she was like somebody who was saying things that people were scared of saying. And they made her like a freak because it was like, oh, this weird, bald woman is upset again, whatever. But I was like, she's pretty amazing. And she has a great song called I Want Your Hands on Me. Lay Your Hands on Me. I Want Your Hands on Me. Yeah. That's in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I'm like, and she just like crossed over into like all kinds of weird genres. And I've always been like a crazy fan of. Light in the Cobra is maybe the greatest album. I think that I think it's just a masterpiece. So I don't know. I just kind of was like, oh, this is my freak in the best way.
Something from the Lion and the Cobra, what's something that we could play that you think would be, that I could hear that you think is just incredible?
Oh, Mandinka, you would know it if you heard it. Like, it's one of those, it's playing now, every now and then I'll hear it like on the radio or I'll hear it, like it's one of those in rotation. So you probably would know that. And it's a fantastic song.
Mandinka.
And it's like upbeat.
Okay,
really
so let's listen to a little teeny
All right,
bit.
great, perfect.
Okay, so we're going to listen to Mandinka. It's from Lion and the Cobra, 1987 by Sinead O'Connor. Here we go. Oh my God, I love that song.
Right? Isn't it great? Have you not heard that before?
I have not heard that song before.
Oh, wow.
I do have to say that, that harmony, I kind of resonates.
Yeah.
I think I remember. It's so great in that
Isn't
beginning.
It amazing? Yeah, it just gets you in and you're like, I'm on board.
So now they have one of your favorite albums and favorite love songs, and it's Sylvester.
Yeah.
I don't know from Sylvester.
Okay, you definitely know Do You Want a Funk? He's a masterpiece.
So how did you come to him? Like later or?
I think the very first time I heard Sylvester's music, I'm pretty confident, was in the movie Trading Places, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. When Billy Ray Valentine takes over Winthorpe's house and takes over, and that's the song that's playing. And I remember as a kid being like, this is my music. And then I always had it on. And then Sylvester was gay and was this queer rights, like an icon. And so I always I'm like, there's part of me that's always like connected to that. And I'm like, I didn't know what that was and what that connection was, but I definitely.
Okay, so which one of those should I play? Because I want to feel it.
Play Do You Want a Funk? Okay, that's more fun.
Okay, so we're gonna play Do You Want a Funk from 1982, and it's Sylvester. It's anthemic. Yeah. It's joyous. I don't know what the words are. They could be dark.
No, the words are literally "Do you want to funk?" It's a play on words, and it's literally just a double entendre, and that's it. And it like disco was so deceptively simple. It was like one lyric over and over again. There's that song "Let's All Chant" by the Michael Zagan Band. That's like "Let's all chant." I think I have it on there.
I got it.
Let's all chant, and that's like. And then your body, my body, everybody, work your body. And that's like the words of the song. And it's one of the greatest songs ever. Like, I think disco really lets the music do the work. Yeah. And the words are just kind of there to like be there. But it's not one that you really have to stop and listen to. And I realized that I'm really bad about, I realized that like in how I learned visually and like listening. I have a hard time. Like when I'm watching a movie and people are just talking, my brain will go out and I'll go, what were they talking about? I have to back it up. I have to Wikipedia and go, wait, what's the plan? What's the plot? I can't remember it. So with songs that have like really complicated word structures or whatever, I usually are not my thing. I'm usually way more into the like, oh, this beat is amazing. It's a simple idea. Go. And yet I find it like every time you hear it, and then it allows those musical things like to come in.
Yeah.
Because you're just there like, let the music.
That's a great point that I never thought about with disco. Disco lets the music do the work.
Yeah.
And that, it's about that. I want to ask you about one of your favorite albums, which is the Big River original Broadway cast recording. And when was that? Did you come to that later? Was that when
I came to that later.
1985 is when it was.
It came out in 85. I did not know of it for quite some time. We did it my freshman year of college. And that's definitely why it stayed so powerful. It was the first play I did in college.
Where'd you go to college?
At Wake Forest in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
So freshman year, that would have been 95. So that would have been 10 years later. And I think I knew of the show. It's Roger Miller's music. It is like old school country in the best way of country music. It's it's the Huckleberry Finn story. It's told to music, but I find it so underrated. I think it's like so moving. There's songs in there that I will just weep listening to. And I have sentimental value because it's like where I made college friends and did the whole, had that first experience of like, we were in a giant cast in a musical in college and being like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Oh, there's nothing like that.
I can listen to that music again, and I can listen to like Muddy Water and Worlds Apart and especially those duets between Huck and Jim that are so beautiful. And then there's this really haunting like 4-part harmony where all the daughters are singing You Ought to Be Here With Me. And it's just this weird, kind of funny, bizarre, odd, it could so easily be a puff piece, like a musical of Huckleberry Finn and Good Night. And there's so much happening in it musically that is surprising. It's all different kind of genres within the country bluegrass space.
What role did you do? What did you do?
I played a bunch of different roles, but my main part that I played was this old codger at the end named Silas Phelps. It was just the beginning of like the kind of the like weird like character. I mean, in college I played all old men, like
you did,
and then until I moved out here and played crazy women. But like I always played like some irritated, kind of pissy older man,
I want to go. Let's go to Pet Shop Boys. Mitch talked about them so far a little bit. Our mutual friend, but I just know the couple songs that I heard on the radio that had radio play, and didn't know a lot. But I know that a lot of people love the Pet Shop Boys. So when did they come to you? How did they? What's their meaning to you?
Yeah, I would have been like early high school and heard, and then I remember hearing West End Girls, which is like their famous song, which I always really liked, but it's not one of my favorites of theirs, just because it's also played so much and it's all the time. It's one of those. But I remember really liking them. And then I feel like I saw a commercial. This is crazy, and I could be very wrong about this, but in my memory, there was some commercial, and I want to say it was like PETA or something, and it was like a fashion runway, and someone's walking down a fashion runway. Maybe it's a music video. Maybe it was of this song, but I saw this, and they're walking down, and they're wearing a fur, and people start slinging paint on the fur to this music, and I was like, but the song was this song called In the Night by Pet Shop Boys, and it was on the disco album, and it starts the album, and I was like, this is the greatest song I've ever heard. Fashion runway music. And I was like, so I listened to the album and I was like, oh, I really like them. And then I just started collecting all their albums. And their music is also so energetic and also so painful and just this raw, high energy, indescribable thing. I just saw them in concert with New Order. They toured with New Order. And
how were they?
Fantastic. They were just, and I was like crying the whole time, being like the nostalgia of like, there weren't people I ever thought I would get to see. I don't think they performed a lot anymore for a while. And I think that but their music has made such a resurgence in a lot of media right now. That movie, All of Us Strangers, used their song, and then there was a show, It's a Sin, which is a Pet Shop Boys song. So a lot of British gay things were like, remember Pet Shop Boys, because if you think you like this pop thing, it's probably from Pet Shop Boys.
What were all those? What West End Girls? What were those on? Was that a later album, or was that?
I feel like West End Girls was before that one. I want to say maybe it was on that album. Maybe it was on disco.
Well, what's a good song? Because they were neither here nor there. I liked him.
In the Night.
In the Night?
In the Night.
Is that from disco?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the first song on the album.
Okay, so we're going to play the first song on the album Disco, which is from 1990, Pet Shop Boys, and it's In the Night, and here we go.
In my memory, it was like someone was on a runway in fur and people were throwing paint at it. And I remember as a kid being like, this is so horrifying and amazing.
The ones I know radio play, that's my favorite Pet Shop Boys
Oh,
song right now.
really?
Yes, and because you know why? It's a more of a cousin. I think the ones that were on the radio, which happens, like I think the Erasure songs that were on the radio, I didn't like Victim of Love or whatever they played. I didn't like I was like, oh, yeah, I like it, but it's not my, this is closer to me to kind of it almost feels more, not new wavy, but less mainstream in its kind of.
Yeah, I think too, when I think about like that kind of in like small town North Carolina, I loved anything that sounded like scary, nightlife, city. Like that music's so like in the night. There's just like the mysterious person walking through and I'm like, is he like a contract killer? Is he just like a fashionista? But he's cool. And like, you got to know about this, Zazu. I guess it's like, who's Zazu? I don't know. But I loved anything that was sort of connecting me to that world because I felt so removed from it. But I was like, I want to be cool. I want to be, and it's, it's still, you think about like, if I go back in time, I always say like July 4th, 1976, so I can go to Studio 54. Like that's number one. Like anytime, because it's just like, just to be a part of that, I just fantasized about that crazy city party life that, that music was my way in. Movies and music were the way that I kind of saw that.
It's so interesting that some of the songs we've listened to, your access point, they have these rhythmic kind of, I feel like driving kind of, you get inside of him, like that song, any of the Sylvester stuff, even the Sinead O'Connor, the one that we played. Yeah. That's interesting.
I think there was something too that's like very driven and like directional and like we're doing this thing and I'm confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that probably speaks a lot to like kind of what who I've always wanted to be or what I've responded to. I think I put Pointer Sisters Jump on there as well because it's the same kind of energy to that kind of music and you're just like, let's go, let's do it.
I love that you said it's directional. It has a place. It's like here, like it's the song starts and it's like we're going there. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Let's shift to tell me about this piece of music that you dropped. This delicious piece of music.
Oh my God!
What?
Yes.
What is that? Okay, so this song
is
called "Delicious." The name of the song from 1958. Jim Backus and friend. I listened to a little bit of it. What was I listening to?
Okay, that I found, I got an old comedy album, and there were all these like old, or maybe old like lounge music, and like, cause I do love like 60s. I love 60s girl, like French girl music. I love that kind of stuff too. And I think it was on this album that I got, and I heard it. Now, Jim Backus was on Gilligan's Island. He was, was he the skipper? He maybe was the skipper. No, he was Thurston Howell in Gilligan's Island. So it was
God.
Alan, what's his name was the skipper. But then the woman isn't credited, so it's friend. They don't even name her in the thing. But I heard it and I had such a visceral reaction to it. I loved it so much that I ended up doing my favorite sketch in the Groundlings. My friend Anna Miners and I did that piece. We just lip sync that song and we played those characters like what we thought they would look like. And we lip synced that entire bit. And it was maybe my favorite thing I did in a year and a half in the Sunday Company at Groundlings. And Anna and I would go out and do it at like nightclubs, and because it's a bit you can just lift and take. It's just like a bizarro.
It's so bizarre, but it's crazy. So enticing. I couldn't stop. I'm like, is it sexual?
I know.
Is
it problematic?
Yeah.
Probably. Is he getting her drunk?
Are they killing? Are they
know,
killing
exactly.
people? Like, are they part of a murder club? And
100%.
they're just like, and it's just like Satan is sitting next to them. Like it just seems so. I couldn't put my, Okay, so we're not gonna listen to it, but do yourself a favor and listen to "Delicious." I will put the link in the episode description. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about one of your favorite albums, which is Double Penetration by Jackie Beat. And
I had to look it up. I forgot that was the title that she,
the date is from 2009. I tried to find, not on Spotify, I went and looked, and then I went to the Jackie Beat website, found it there, but I couldn't really find a sample song. So, but tell me about why that's one of your favorite albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jackie Beat is a legendary drag queen and dear friend. We also do the Golden Girls together with Sam Pancake and Sherry Vine. And I've been a fan of Jackie's forever. And nobody does the filthiest song parodies that are also like really great because she can sing. And so So it's not just like, oh, that's really filthy and funny, but it's like clever and it's actually great music. So that album has like sort of greatest hits on there. And one of them is an ABBA medley that's probably 20 minutes long of every ABBA song, just snippets of it. And it's just the vilest. And I mean, it can be sex and diarrhea. I mean, Mamma Mia is diarrhea. I mean, it's literally that, but it's like the gayest, dirtiest Weird Al Yankovic album where you're just like, but there's like such a great voice there. Like Jackie can sing and it's so funny. And another one of my favorite songs on there is that she does a song called the Kwanzaa song and she sings all the days of Kwanzaa to the I Gotcha song. The I Gotcha is I know it was a Bob Fosse song. I Gotcha, right? But she does it all about Kwanzaa and teaches you all about the days of Kwanzaa, and it's truly one of the greatest mashups that you've ever heard before. I mean, it's like she does a lot of really great. You know, you listen to it and you're like, oh my God, it's and also what I love in a Jackie song is that she starts and you know the song that she's parodying, and then you're kind of going, what's the parody gonna be?
What's coming?
What's it gonna be?
Yeah. So let's talk about one of your favorite songs, Lady You Shot Me. It's from 2013 album Bye Bye 17, and it's Harmar Superstar.
I'm horrible and I should know more, but I don't know a lot about him. I know that there are people that are giant fans and I see people with shirts that I know that, you know, that is great. I should know more of his music because this song like shook me to my core when I heard it for the first time.
When did you hear it for the first time?
Probably around that, well, maybe a few years after that. I love all my other stuff is so much older, but it was one of those magical things that happens that when you're writing something and then a song just pops in and you're like, oh, this is completely in the pocket of what I'm writing about and this fits perfectly. So it ended up being the curtain call music for my solo show, Bright Colors and Bold Patterns, that I was talking about with the Margarita.
Yeah.
And that show is just about, the wedding guest from hell who is alone and who just doesn't have someone and who kind of keeps getting knocked down. But I'll come back and I'm going to come back and I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to want people to like me. I want people to love me. And that's what the song's about. Like I'll be next in line. And there's also something that feels very like Tears of a Clown in it. Like it has this sort of like almost circus music in this sad way, and it's, oh my God, such a beat to it. And at the beginning you're like, I'm not sure what this is, and then it just sort of slowly rolls into
it's Lady You Shot Me, right?
Yeah, Lady You Shot Me. The voice is unbelievable.
It's just the kind of song that just gets in you. I was just blown away.
Yeah.
So anyway, do yourself a favor. I'll put that link. Lady You Shot Me. It's from 2013. Harmar Superstar. The album's Bye Bye 17. Well, Drew,
Paul,
we have come to the end.
I love it. This was so much fun. I love doing this. Thank you.
Great. Well, thanks for doing it.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.